Hey y'all, what's up? So it's your girl Sunray coming at you guys with another prophetic word. This is titled, You Heard God Correctly, Trust Your Vision. So I'm not sure how God is going to have me navigate through this word, but, and when I say that, there's a lot of components I need to cover, but I am going to just go with the flow still, okay? So the very first thing that the title's talking about, you heard God correctly, trust your vision. So if you have allowed yourself to go through the fire and you've allowed God to refine you, purify you, so on and so forth, you're seeing differently in the spirit. God has given you a clearer, fresher perspective. Remember, the veil has been removed. So along with that, there needs to be a transition in your physical mind about what it is that you see. Okay, so instead of before where you would have a lot of doubt, you're like, well, no, I'm tripping. No, I didn't really see that. God, you don't mean that. You have to now, where you used to rely on your physical senses to figure out certain things, or you kind of combine the physical with the spiritual. God's needing you to transition where you truly focus on what he's showing you in the spiritual. It's time for you to trust your vision. So you heard what God said correctly. Trust what it is that he's shown you. Okay, no more going back and forth. God, did I really hear what you said? God shows you what he showed you. He gave you the interpretation by his spirit on what he meant. Take that and run with it, okay? Like, of course, you can always ask for more confirmation, but there's also that thing where you just have to learn to trust what God shows you in the spiritual realm. Stop trying to make it make sense in the physical, because honestly, it won't. All right. And then, this also adds into a word that I released recently, the 9/11 word, where I was talking about deception on the rise. So God just wants me to bring this back up again because he brought this back up to me. Remember, if you are entering into something new, I cannot stress enough, you have to get rid of the old. You have to get rid of the old. Like, of course, there's going to be some things that, you'll still hold on to, keepsakes, whatever. But they're like, if you want God to bring you everything completely new, all new, you have to, by faith, get rid of all old things. I don't know how else to say it. Especially if God is moving you, you don't want too much baggage. That's what God continues to talk about. Too much baggage, but also baggage from your past. There may be some people that God, through your visions or however he speaks to you, he may be trying to tell you something about some people that you are trying to partner with or bring along with you in this new. And just like Lot, it's like you want Lot to come with you, but Lot and Abram, they were on two different roads. Okay, so how God kind of showed it to me is like, y'all may be headed a similar direction, but you're on two different roads. Your journey is going to be different. What God requires of you is going to be different. And you want to make sure that this new season God is having you enter into, that you're having people that have your same end goal in mind, that have your same similar journey, okay? Not saying y'all gonna be exactly the same, but it's really dangerous territory to partner with somebody that's like, y'all go in a similar direction, but they're kind of here, and then they're not where you are. That's pretty much what God is saying. They're not where you are. Some of you guys are headed to your land of promise, and some people are headed to the wilderness. You get what I'm saying? You can't kind of like, y'all are in two totally different places. It's like you're spiritually equipped. You're at a high level spiritually, and this person's trying to get to where you are, and they may try and attach themselves to you. So you want to just be very careful about that. And make sure, remember, you're giving things at least 3 days when you ask God something in prayer. If a person is real persistent, and it's like your spirit is going to alert you. As you go into your new, one thing God also revealed to me is that your gifts are naturally going to expand, because he's giving you a heightened awareness, because you're going to be in a new area. You're going to be in a new region. And so he wants you to be able to see things more clearly. That's what this whole process was about, so that you can see clearly, so that you can be well equipped, so that you can know how to fight, so that you can know how to be strategic spiritually, okay? So I just want to reiterate that to you guys, that you're not going to have to think too much about people. Like, God, as soon as you meet people, the Spirit is going to be talking to you. That's why you have to make sure you continue to operate from a position of rest, and you don't focus on the circumstances that's happening around you. Because when you start to focus on the circumstances around you, you start to lose sight of the revelation and what the Spirit is trying to alert you to, okay? And you know, I don't want any of you guys to lose the sharpness that God has equipped you with during your time of preparation. You're going into destiny and you're ready. So just make sure you keep your head on straight, and that you're not partnering with people that God did not assign for you to partner with. Like, of course, I love kumbaya, and I love everybody come together, but I gotta be real, just like y'all gotta be real. Everybody that we want to go somewhere, that's not in God's plan, because what God is giving you is what God is giving you. It's what He wishes to accomplish in your life. And if you're adding people in that He's like, that's not a part of my plan, now you're at odds with Him, and we don't want that, okay? So I want to reiterate that. And again, just making sure that you're trusting your vision. Let me see, it's 11:11. And then let me see if there was something else. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I said your gifts are going to be heightened. Make sure that you're getting rid of the old. I know it's so hard, okay? I had to go through this when I moved from Milwaukee to Houston, okay? But it was like, as soon as I gave away everything or whatever, I didn't miss it. It's like I just gave it away, you know? Your gifts are being amplified. Oh, also, yeah, another reason why you don't want to partner with certain people, especially if they have a connection to your past, is because that person, remember, they're headed into the wilderness. You're headed to the promised land. So if they're headed to the wilderness, yes, they're still underneath God's protection. Yes, they're still God's child. Yes, God has a plan for them, but they're in a space where they have more open doors to Satan, that he can use them to get to you, to pull you down from flying high, and being in this new relationship and this new level of intimacy with God. And it can pull you back to where you came from. It can pull you back to where you started. A lot of the times, spiritually, you're guilty by association, you know, especially if you've consecrated yourself. The people that you hang around, I know there's people, I was watching a podcast episode, I had watched a snippet at my friend's house, and it was just saying, like, they're like, no, I want godly friends, and I want, like, friends that's in the world. I'm sorry, but I can't relate to that. I don't want friends that are in the world, because friends, to me, friendship means we're in the same ship. And if you are carrying a different weight and a different load, and you want to go a different direction, my ship isn't going to go very far with you on it. Now, associates, whatever. But in terms of actual friends, I firmly believe that the company that you keep it can corrupt your character if they're corrupt morally. I don't care how much they love God. If their life is not at a level of sacrifice that yours is, they don't need to be in close proximity to you, because spiritually you'll become guilty by association. Whatever they have, it will come on you. Like, hey, believe me, don't believe me, but this is how you keep your life in peace. Because if the people around you are living lifestyles, or they're still associated with people that are living certain lifestyles, like closely associated, those open doors, Satan is going to use them to try and hinder you. Like, he knows that you're so close to going to whatever it is God has for you. He knows that it's right there, that he's last minute going to try and find people around you that you still may have a heart for, to use them to try and get into you, to try to get to you, to try to get you distracted, to try to get you to abort God's original mission. That's why God is saying it's so heavy, Proverbs 3 and 5 in this season. Even the whole Gibeonite deception, that you're truly paying attention to what it is that God is like God, is this person meant to be a part of my journey? Am I meant to be doing this? Am I meant to be doing this? And yeah, sometimes you're going to slip up because you're so used to making quick actions. But repent, say, God, I'm sorry. But then also at the same time, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to proceed in this? Because this is kind of difficult. You know, your girl can't do it on her own, and you don't have to, right? So I just wanted to say that because some people will pull you back, and you don't need that. You don't need that. And then another thing too, and I'm actually going to make a separate video about that. I'll probably release 2 videos today. So I'm actually going to make a separate video about that. I just feel that in my spirit. So yep, that's what this word is about. So you heard God correctly. Trust your vision. Don't question it. And if God has you moving and leaving, pack light. Like, don't take so many old things with you. All right, talk to you guys later.